Magandang gabi mga kalaro, welcome sa Lotohan ni Ellie. Ako po si Ellie at ito ang ating live. Manunod po tayo ng live draw ng PCSO Lotto ngayong Sabado ng gabi, June 28, 2025. Sabay-sabay po nating malalaman ang mga lalabas at mananalong number ng mga games ngayong gabi. Opo, sabay-sabay po nating malalaman dahil walang nakakaalam ng mananalong number. Okay, yan po yung mga games natin ngayon. 642, 655, 6D, 3D at 2D. Bago tayo magsimula, dito po tayo manonood. Pakita ko sa inyo. Bago tayo magsimula, mga kaibigan, ini-invite ko po kayong tumaya ng Lotto sa Lotto outlet namin. Ito po yung Facebook page namin. Ito, nakita nyo ba? Nasa likod ko. Hanapin nyo po yung Facebook page namin, Lotohan ni Ellie. I-message nyo sa akin kung anong number ang gusto nyo tayaan. Magpadala lang ng screenshot ng bayad. Pwedeng GCASH, pwedeng Maya, pwedeng online banking. At syempre mga kaibigan, pauso tayo. So simula sa Lunes, ililista ko po lahat ng mga mag-chat. Kaya kung nanonood kayo ng live, mag-chat na kayo. Paki-comment kung taga saan. Dahil ililista ko yung pangalan na mag-chat at isasama ko sa aming giveaway sa Sunday, raffle, GCASH. Kung gusto nyo ng GCASH, mag-chat na kung taga saan. Or kahit ano, i-chat nyo. Teresita Badillo, magandang gabi. Maria Cristina Esban, magandang gabi. So, ibig sabihin, silang dalawa. O, si Angelica Campolio, kasali na sa raffle sa susunod na Sunday. Okay, sa this coming Monday po tayo magsisimula. Daisy Montano ng Quezon City, magandang gabi. Okay, hawakan ng ticket mga kaibigan. Bago to, mag-GCash giveaway ulit tayo. So yung mga nanonood sa atin dati na GCash lang ang habol, pwede na uling manood. Paki-PM na sila. Okay, tuwing Sunday, GCash, paraffle natin, giveaway natin. At syempre, manood lang ng live at mag-chat. Kung ikaw po ay hindi nanonood ng live, ako, dapat manood ka na ng live dahil yung live lang po yung kukuhanin kong names. Okay? Thank you. Let's go. Shoutout Crisel Abdullah at kay Gina Giganto. Start na po tayo, ha? Philippine Charity Sweepstakes.
Fell out of bed, dragged the comb across my head. Found the way downstairs.
Sound effects, courtesy of John Lennon. Coming up.
I noticed I was late. Found my coat and grabbed my hat. Made the bus a second flat.
And all the time, George and John and Paul were wondering what we were going to do in the middle bit. And I don't know whether it was Paul or whether it was John, probably a bit of both of them, that said, let's have a big orchestral sound on this. Let's have a symphony orchestra. Let's get them in and tell them to play anything. And I said, you can't get an orchestra to come in and play anything. You've got to write something. So they said, well, let's have a big orchestral orgasm, a big climax. You go and write something. I asked them what they wanted, and they said, well, let's start off with the lowest note on each instrument, as quiet as possible, and end up on the highest note, as loud as possible. So that's a pretty simple brief. So that's what we did. All I did was just write the score. So our orchestral climax, the musical orgasm, had a score which started with the lowest note of each instrument, the quietest possible fashion, rising to the very highest note and loud as possible over 24 bars. And each bar gave a little signpost to show roughly where the musicians would be at any one time. But I had to give them a bit of an explanation as well. It was no good just playing the notes as written. And these were the finest musicians you could get in London. And for years they've been taught to play as one man. I suddenly said to them, don't listen to the fellow next door to you. Make your own way up this huge climax. And if you're playing anything like the fellow next door to you, you're playing a wrong note. It worked. We still needed a finisher though. And it had to be something that wasn't orchestral. We'd already done that. And this was one of those bright ideas that just didn't work. We thought of all the ideas of Buddhist monks chanting. Thought it'd be a great idea to have everybody massed in the studio doing Om and hanging onto it and multiply that many times. And the result was pathetic. So then we went over to the idea of pianos, and that was a better one. I've always been fascinated by the sounds of a piano strings if you bang them and leave the loud pedal on. And this was the basis of our last chord. So we got everybody that was available to play a chord on the piano. We had 3 people on one piano, had several pianos at once, and we recorded many of them, one after the other, on 4 tracks, of course. And in fact, on the 3rd track, we added an organ. And at the same time, Jeff Emmerich, the engineer, would bring up the faders in the dial wave. We all kept very, very quiet, so that the ringing of the pianos went on and on and on, like this. 1, 2, 3.